Beauty and the Beast, retold and illustrated by Jan Brett. Once upon a time there lived a merchant's daughter so lovely and kind that all who knew her called her Beauty. She lived with her father and two sisters in wealth and without worry. Then the merchant met with great losses, and the family, suddenly penniless, fled to a country cottage. The man and his children were forced to do the work of peasants. Two of the sisters could only remember their former fine life and cried and grumbled, but Beauty worked on bravely and tried to comfort her father. Time passed until one day news came that one of the merchant's ships, long lost, had arrived in port. Hoping to restore his fortune, the merchant decided to meet the ship. Before leaving, he called his three daughters to him. He asked them what they missed most from their old life, as he wanted to bring back a present for each. The first sister asked for rich gowns, since her closet now held only rags. The second asked for a coach and 4 horses, since she was now forced to ride upon a donkey. But Beauty asked only for a rose, since the garden was now taken up with cabbages. Upon reaching the ship, the merchant found the cargo spoiled and worthless. Poorer than ever, he could not afford a night's lodging and was forced to return home through threatening weather. He pushed through a deep forest until snow covered the track, and he was hopelessly lost. Just when he felt he could no longer go on, he saw an avenue of orange trees, untouched by the snow, and beyond them a grand palace. As the merchant approached the palace, the doors opened up before him. Inside, he found himself in a great hall, with a blazing fire and a sumptuous meal waiting. Strangely, he saw no one about. He dined and soon fell asleep in his chair. The next morning, the merchant awoke to find his wet clothes replaced by fine garments. Again he saw no one, not master or servant, or any person in the house. When he stepped outside to go home, he met another kindness. A magnificent horse, fitted out for a journey, stood waiting for him. Just as he was about to mount the animal and be on his way, the merchant spied a bed of beautiful roses. Remembering his promise to Beauty, he knelt to pluck one. No sooner had the stem snapped than the merchant heard a dreadful, angry roar. Turning around, he saw a fearsome beast coming toward him. "How dare you harm my roses?" bellowed the beast. "A rose that's cut can only die." Reaching for his sword, the beast cried, "You shall pay for your ingratitude with your life!" The terrified merchant fell to his knees. "I have taken this rose only as a gift for one of my daughters, the faithful Beauty," he pleaded. Hearing this, the beast stopped to reconsider. At last he growled, "I will spare your life, but only if one of your daughters willingly returns in your stead." The merchant was unable to agree to such a bargain. After promising the beast that he would return, he rode home to say goodbye to his children. It was a somber homecoming, for after the merchant gave Beauty the rose, he told the story of the grim beast and his cruel punishment. But Beauty would not hear of her father's return to the palace and certain death. After all, he would never have plucked the rose if it weren't for her. She made up her mind to go at once in his place, and so strong was her resolve that the merchant could not dissuade her. When father and daughter arrived at the palace of the beast, the towering doors again opened, as if by magic. They entered the great empty hall, and fear took hold of them. They heard the sound of footfalls and saw a creature, part man, part animal of the forest, move toward them. Overcoming her terror, Beauty stepped forward. "Good evening, my lord," she said. "Good evening," replied the creature, "but do not call me my lord, for I am a beast, and you must call me so." Not knowing what else to do, Beauty nodded. Then the beast presented the merchant with a casket containing a fortune in coin and jewels. "This will restore your house handsomely," he said. "So now be gone." And with that, the beast walked off into the shadows. The merchant bade a tearful farewell to Beauty. Then the great doors opened once more, and he rode away, leaving Beauty quite alone.